Oh, hi guys, it's Darren here. Just making a video to explain a little bit about the silencer. Maybe this could help some of you out there to get the best from it. The silencer is going to do several things. One of them is to take out air and ground interference. Another one is to aid advanced depth settings. And another one is to set your depth search and also use as a depth gauge. I'll take you through them. I'll just give you a quick rundown how we go about this. Interference, I'll use the threshold to mimic interference because you'll deal with it the same way. So I'll turn the threshold up to a hum, and maybe that hum we'll use to mimic the ground interference or the air interference, and this is how you deal with it. So without having to alter your gain and your threshold, we'll use the silencer. So we simply do this. I'll turn the threshold up. Okay, the threshold is up on 7 now, and as you can see that's quite hot, but we're going to mimic interference here. So what we do now, I'll start turning up the silencer to dampen down this interference. So I'm scrolling up. Okay, so it's slightly here now, and the silencer's on 2. No, it's on just under 3, so I'm just going to go up a little bit more. Okay, that's on 4.5. Okay, so that's basically that's taking out the interference in the air. That's how you go about it. So once you got away from this interference, all you need to do then is lower your silencer back to 0. That's simply how you deal with the interference. If it's not doing a job, then I would turn back your threshold some. But I'll show you the reason we don't really want the silencer going too high, and really a good way of dealing with the interference is by dropping the gain and threshold if you need to, because the silencer will take some depth. So here's how we'll deal with the silencer on the depth side of things. So I'll take you through that now. Right. Okay. Say for instance we're looking for advanced depth. Okay, so we want quite a sensitive machine. The gain is on 2, obviously that can go up higher, but you'll deal with it the same way. So the threshold I'm just going to put up into the hum. Alright, there we are, just the hum coming in now. Okay, steady hum. So what I'll do now, I'm going to bring, here's the depth we're getting now off this steady hum, and the threshold is on at the moment now, it's on 6. So it's a small thin threepenny, a joey. Here we go. Now to here, it's just over 12 inches. So this small coin is being found here now. On 12 inches, watch. Clear as daylight. 13. Just humming out on 14 inches, okay? Now, as you see, that's hot. It's too hot to run like that actually in the ground unless your ground is really clean. Okay, so if you've got a nice clean ground, take advantage of it. Get the threshold humming like this. Okay, and then just bring in your silencer from 0. It's important, we don't really want to go much, we don't want to go past 2. If you have to go past 2, drop your threshold back some, because I'll explain why in a moment. So I'm just going to bring the silencer in to 2, hopefully. There, it's taking out that little hum, okay? And we still got the depth. We've lost some depth, guys, okay? But just see if we can drop back a touch. Yeah, okay, just drop back a touch more. So just a tad under 2 or just on 2 makes a difference from just past 2, okay? So that's just on 2. The machine is hot, but if your ground is fine and you know how to run your machine now, you shouldn't have any problems. So here's this little joey at the foot. You know, you're going to do that all day long. So that's the way about getting depth out of your machine, by using a silencer, high threshold silencer, just dampen it down up to 2. If you've got to go past 2 on a silencer, come back on your threshold just a tad. Okay? Right, the reason we don't want to go past 2 on the silencer is because basically we're going to use that as a depth setting. If you want to go out in the field and you don't want to dig these deep targets and you just want to dig shallow targets for some reason, because, you know, injuries, age, whatever, okay, because these machines are notorious for going deep, so you don't have to run them deep. So all we do, I'm bring this threshold now, I'll bring the threshold down to about 4, just under 4, which is still sensitive. Okay, so this small coin now, we've got the threshold down to 4. The silencer is on 0 now. This is how I usually run my machine roundabout. So 11 inches is just 12 inches comfortably getting this. Okay, but just where the 6 threshold was, you can't hit it from there. So he's comfortably getting it from there. Now, if he's getting this small coin from there, you know, 11-12 inches is a fair depth to dig. So here's the penny. So where's he getting the penny from? He's getting the penny from about 15 inches. So, you know, these are fair depths to have to get. If you're not interested in digging this depth, I'll show you what to do now. I'm just going to take the silencer onto, as we've seen, we don't lose much depth. I'm going to take the silencer to 4. Now, this small silver coin was coming in around about a foot with the silencer off. Now, I brought the silencer into 4 now, not being seen there. It's not being seen at 11, 10, 9, just coming in at 8 inches deep now. Okay, this small coin now, you've set the depth. The coins up to this size will come in at 8 inches deep. The copper coin now, from 14, 15 inches to, okay, around about 11 and a half, 12 inches, about the same depth that Joey was coming in earlier. Okay, so now you've set a depth for this coin now at around about 11 inches. Okay, then you know basically not be digging much deeper than that. What I got here is a buckle. Okay, now here's where the buckle will be coming in now. That buckle comes in about 15.5 inches at the moment. Okay, but if I drop this silencer off to 0, this buckle, where coming out? That buckle's coming in around about 17 inches. So by putting the silencer up to 4, you know, on a big target, you've just taken 3 or 4 inches off that one, and you've just had a depth of a foot for the pennies, and say 8 inches for the joeys. So if I was to take the silencer now up to 6, okay, this penny now will come in clearer at about another inch lower. So all in all, I say if you have this silencer on about 5, it'd be a good mark, and you know these pennies are going to be coming in around about 11 inches deep, and coins up to a joey be coming around about 8-9 inches deep, and a 6pence I should have added around about. Let's just find out the 6pence. Where was 6pence coming in? I'll try now. A 6pence, I'll be coming in about the same depth as a penny. Alright, so that's depth setting. If I was to take my silencer up to 7, let's see the depth we lost now. This penny now is coming in clear at a good 2.5-3 inches shallower now, and also the 6pence. The 6pence is coming in at around about the same depth that Joey was just now, which is about 9 inches. So where's the Joey coming in? Clearly about 7 to 8 inches. So guys, use your silencer to set your depths as well. Okay, if you don't fancy digging deep, and also if you're running this threshold sensitive, your coil's going to be hot, and you're going to be. If your coil gets knocked, it's going to sound off, or the cable. Okay, now look, nothing's happening there. Now watch, I'll turn up the sensitivity. Okay, well actually, let's see what happens now. Okay, it's not too bad, look, okay, it's not too bad. I'll turn the sensitivity on the coil. Some of you running up around about 6. Let's see what happens now. Look, the coil's hot, right guys? Okay, I'm going to drop my threshold back a bit. Alright, that's on to 5, okay, look. Still a bit hot, okay, now I'm going to take it to 4 where I usually have mine. Look. Okay, if you're bumping your coil around in stubble and stuff, do this instead. Just turn your silencer up to around about 2 and see if it makes a difference. Look, look, look. Alright, turn your silencer up, okay? If you're on your machine hot, turn your silencer up as well. Oh, sorry, it's the coins in my hand. Turn your silencer up as well to cover for the knocking, okay guys? It'll deal with it. But when you're running your coil sensitive, you're doing just that. So if you're lumping or bumping, just dampen out that sensitivity a bit, because you're asking it to do 2 things: bump itself around and be sensitive at the same time. You know, very sensitive. Use a silencer just to take out that. Okay, it works at that. Also, you can use your silencer as a depth gauge as well. You know, almost in a similar way to what I've just shown, using your silencer for setting your depth. You can use it the other way. If you set your depth for the coin to be set at around about a foot, then as you're lifting, if you're lifting 6 inches, obviously it's 6 inches deep. If you're lifting to, obviously it's about 10 inches deep, and you just decide to target. So, you know, that's how to go about that as well, guys. So the silencer is a top little thing to have on the machine. It's just understand it. It's a great thing to have. So if you're lumping or bumping, if you've got air interference, ground interference, if you want to set your depth for advance with a high threshold, okay, take your silencer up to 2. Or drop back your threshold, don't go past 2, looking for the depth. And also depth searching, we've gone through that. The higher your silencer, the more shallower your fines are coming in, okay? So you can use it that way, and the same similar ways for your depth gauge. Alright guys, I hope that's helped, and happy hunting. Have a good day. Cheers.